Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss problem 3494, minimum amount of time to brew potions. So let's read the question. You are given two integer array skill and I don't know how to pronunciate it, maybe mana or mana, I don't know. So I will say mana, skill and mana of length n and m respectively. In a laboratory, n wizards must brew m potions in order. Each potion has mana capacity, mana j, and must pass through all the wizards sequentially to be brewed properly. So, okay, first let's see the meaning of brewed. Okay, so it means like something related to boiling or fermentation. So we can consider brew, some process. So to process each wizard, each mana, it will require all the wizards sequentially. It means that okay, let's read the question first. So, time taken by ith wizard on jth portion is skill I into mana j. So, wizard might have some skills, okay, and you have to use the skills multiplied by mana j, and that will be the time taken by wizard I, to complete his process or her process. So, since the brewing process is delicate, a portion must be passed to the next wizard immediately after the current wizard completes their work. So, let's say that the current time is T and wizard I just completed his work. So, at T only, wizard I plus 1 must be assigned that work. Okay, so com complete time of wizard I must be equal to start time of wizard I plus 1. That's the that's what question is asking. So this means the time must be synchronized so that each wizard begins working on portion exactly when it tries. Okay, that's exactly what I just said. Return the minimum amount of time required for the portions to be brewed properly. Okay, so actually I did this question using dynamic programming, and it's a beautiful problem. So before moving on to the solution, I want to ask you one question. Let's say that there were only, length of skill would was only okay, not length of skill, length of mana was only one. Okay, like there were no other portions. Okay, so this is mana zero. Okay, and you want to brew it. So can you tell without even solving anything that what would be the minimum time to complete this process? I would say that start time would be zero, okay, because you want to start as early as possible. Then time taken by first guy is 1 into 5. Okay, so end time of first guy is 5. So start time of this guy must be 5. Why would you want to wait for 2 seconds, or if you can start at uh complete time of your previous friend, so you will start at that time only. You won't wait. So 5 into 5, 25. So it will take 25 units of time. And initially, the previous guy took 5 units of time. So up till here, 5 plus 25, 30 units of time has been utilized. Now we come to 2. Okay. 2 will take 2 into 5, 10 units of time, and 30 units of time has already been utilized. So 30 plus 10, 40. Similarly, 4 into 5, 20, 40 plus 20, 60. So in 60 units of time, this particular mana of 0 will be processed. Okay. And problem is that we have more such manas. I don't know, maybe it's manas. Okay. So these other manas or manas are the problem, because if its length was only one, I would do nothing, but I would do 1 plus 5 6 plus 2 8 plus 4 12 into 5 16. And why I said like that? Okay, let's share the screen, whiteboard. Wait a bit. Okay, I hope my board is visible. So, so let's write the skill. So skill is 1524. 1524, and mana it is 5142. Oh, permutation of skill 5142. So my question is, if this was only the mana which we had to process, so what you would do? You would do 1 into 5, okay, which is 5. Then 1 into 5 plus 5 into 5. This is the end time of second guy. This is the end time of first guy. Okay. Now third guy will start at this time. 1 into 5 plus 5 into 5. 5 into 5 plus now the third guy is taking 2 into 5 units of time. So you're getting, and then this plus 4 into 5. So what are you doing? You're doing nothing but 5 plus 5 comma 5 plus 25 comma 5 plus 25 plus 10 comma 5 plus 25 plus 10 plus 20. Okay, and this way you are getting n time of each guy: 5, 30, 40, and 60. Okay, so if I had the prefix sum, so I don't want to waste my time in calculating the end time of each person or wizard. So I will calculate the prefix sum. So skill is 1524. Okay, and prefix sum is 1, then 1 plus 5, 6, then 6 plus 2, 8, then 8 plus 4, 12. Okay, and now if I have to calculate for mana of 0, which was what? 5. So I will just say that 5 into 1, 5. So this is the end time of the first guy, then 6 into 5, 30. 8 into 5, 40, and 12 into 5, 60. So we can just calculate in O of 1. So no worries for this. Okay, so for length of mana is equal to 1, we know the answer. But for more than one length, how can we process it? Okay, let me tell you one thing. I did it using 2D DP. Okay, DP of ij. Okay, and what does this DP of ij represents? It tells end time of ith portion for jth wizard. Okay, so it is basically the end time of ith portion for, like, I think that this is self-explanatory. How do I tell this? This is I have written in simplest term. How can I tell this? Okay, so I think you're getting this, that for jth wizard, whatever time it took, like whatever was its end time to process the ith portion is dp of ij. Okay, so let me be more clear. So in this case, we are processing the zeroth portion. Okay, in this case, so dp of 0, 0 is 5. Then dp of 0, 1 is 30. dp of 0, 2 is 40. And then dp of 0, 3 is 60. Okay, so these are the end time of all the wizards for the 0th portion. Okay, now tell me one thing. What is our final problem? So this is the base case, yeah. So when I'm, solving the dynamic programming problems, I love to, define the DP state, then tell you the transition state, then, write the base case and then the final subproblem. So this is the base case. Whatever I just wrote, this is the base case. Okay. Transition state, I will tell you. Okay. Transition state is nothing but formula to calculate your DP of IJ. Okay. And which is, of course, the most important part, because that way only you will be able to, have your solution. My question is, what is the final sub problem? If you know this, what will be the final sub problem? DP of, okay, let n is equal to size of your wizard array, and m is equal to size of your mana array. Okay, so dp of m minus 1, n minus 1 is my final sub problem. Do you agree? Because what this will define n time of n minus 1th wizard, which is the last guy, to process the last portion. So this should not be your answer. Okay, this is very obvious. Now let's, just try to think that how we will approach the problem. Okay, I think most part is, I think I have explained you. Most part is done. Let's think how to approach. Okay. Now for mana 0, we calculated wizard 0 and time will be, so dp of 0, 0 was 5, dp of 0, 1 was 30, dp of 0, 2 was 40, and dp of 0, 3 was 60. Okay. Now we have to calculate dp of 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 3. Okay. So how can we do it? Tell me one thing. If you know, if you are at a DP of 1, 1, and you want to know at what time this guy should start the process. Okay, we want the minimum time. So I want to ask you one thing, that is it optimal to start at time 6 because it is ending at 5? Okay. So is it optimal for you to start at time 6? Why? Why the hell would you do this? Or you would start at 7? No, you don't want to waste your time. So I would say I will start at 5. Okay. So basically, I'm not just, assigning DP of 10 as 5. I'm just taking a start time variable. Okay. And I am trying to analyze what my start time should be for the first portion. It was the 0th portion, and this is the first portion. What my start time should be for the first portion. Okay. And trust me, start if you know the start time, you know everything. Because I knew the start time for this guy. DP of start time of 0th portion was 5. So you know the end time of, you know, this 0th portion also. How? It's 12 into start time, 12 into 5. Or I would say start time plus prefix of n minus 1 into mana of 0. This is your end time, because as soon as you start the process, every wizard will start, completing their task sequentially. If it's ending at 5, then as soon as this ends, the first wizard starts completing the process. As soon as this guy ends, this guy ends, then this guy starts, completing the process. So we know that if we know the start time, we know the end time. Okay. So I will consider this as my start time 5. Okay. Now I go to DP of I go to first wizard. Okay. So tell me one thing. If you know, okay, just tell me one thing. This guy ended at 30. Okay. So if you are processing the ith portion and you are at jth wizard, how can you calculate the start time? My start time will be, just think about it. Max of start time, comma, dp of I minus 1 j, which means that end time of this jth wizard, it's dp of I minus 1 j. Because in the previous portion, uh, it processed at dp of I minus 1 j. Its end time was dp of I minus 1 j. So as soon as it end, you want it to start to the next portion. Okay, this is also a fact. You want to start it as soon as possible. So I am considering that this is my start time for jth portion, but we have to check one thing more. And what's that? That is this start time affecting the already the start time that we already took. So start time for this this guy, zeroth wizard, was 5 in the first portion. Okay, don't get confused. Now I am considering that this 30, which was the for this first wizard, previous end time was 30, which is dp of 1 minus 1 comma 1 I minus 1 j. Okay, so we checked it from here. It was 30. So if this is the start time of first wizard, I will just do one check. I will subtract prefix of j minus 1 into prefix of j minus 1 into mana of I. And why I'm asking you to do this? Let's say that 30 was start time of first wizard. So what was the start time of zeroth wizard? If 30 was start time of first wizard, I would say, let me check. Did I, write? Yeah, I write this thing. So complete time of mana of 1 is like no, not complete time. So mana of 1 is equal to 1. So complete time for this mana 1 by wizard 0 will be 1 into 1. Okay. So I will just do this. 30 minus prefix of j minus 1, which is 1 into 1. You are getting what I'm trying to say. It means that start time start time of this first portion was 29. And if you check 29, so this guy is free because end time of yeah, zeroth wizard was 5. So you start at 29. So yeah, it is fine. And you took how many minutes or how many units of time? 1 into 1, which is 30. So this 30, now it can be processed by this guy. So you know what I'm trying to do? I am trying to achieve the minimum time by assigning the start time of jth wizard by checking what was its end time. Okay, let me tell you. So my start time will be maximum of 5 comma 29. Okay, start time is max of 5 comma 29 because if it was 5, okay, I initially took 5 because it doesn't hurt. As soon as zeroth wizard completed it, it want to start the next portion. So okay, 5. But if this starts at 5, then it will end at 5 plus 1, which is 6. And this guy has 30 as its complete time for the previous portion. So it cannot start. So that's why I am, asking the opinion of each wizard that how much time you need, because we want to start the process as soon as possible. So this guy says that my previous complete time was 30. So please give me at least, this time, and you start your process. Okay. So when we go to 30 and consider start time of first wizard as 30, so we calculated what was the start time of the zeroth wizard, which was 29. Okay. Now we go to 40. And of course, 40, this second wizard, he cannot start before 40. So I will you know, start his process at 40 only. Okay. And I will check that if this is the start time of the second wizard, what was the start time of zeroth wizard? Like, what was the start time of the first portion? If start time of the second wizard is 40. So how can you calculate it? We need the prefix array. Where is my prefix array? Okay, I will write it again because it's creating confusion. Skill 1524. Okay. So skill is 1524 and prefix will be 16812 and mana is 5124 maybe 5241 or 5142. Okay. 5142. 5142. So this has already been processed. Okay. Now we were at this point. So for this second, so this is the zeroth wizard, first wizard, second wizard, third wizard. So for this second wizard, the end time, okay, for the zeroth portion was 40. So I want to start now only. But if it starts at 40, then what was time of zeroth wizard? That's my question. And how can you tell it? See, 6, which is 1 plus 5, okay? 6 into mana of 1, which is 34. So if start time was 34, then first guy would have completed in 1 into 1, that is 34 plus 1, 35. And second guy would have completed in uh, 1 into 1 and then 5 into 1. So second guy would have completed in 40. Okay. So now maximum of start time was 29. So maximum of 29 comma 34 is 34. So now my start time must be 34 according to this. Okay. You get it? You get it what I'm trying to say? And I hope that you have no doubts in prefix. Let me explain you once again. Okay, without prefix, how would you do it? Let's say I'm considering start time as 40 for the second wizard. So how would you know the start time of zeroth wizard? If 40 is my start time for the second wizard, how would you know for the zeroth wizard? I would say 40 minus this is the second wizard. So first wizard has completed it in 5 into 1, and then for zeroth wizard has completed in 1 into 1. So I'm doing? I'm doing nothing but 40 minus, I will take 1 as common and 5 plus 1, which is nothing but your prefix sum. So I don't want to waste my time. That's why I'm using prefix sum. Okay. Now I go to the last guy. Okay. And its start time I'm considering as 60. Okay. So my current start time is 34 that I calculated, and I want to consider start time of third person as 60. So 60 minus what is the prefix sum of uh up till here, up till here, up till here. Okay, like how many, how much time do these guys took to complete the first portion? If start time of this was 60. So 8 is the prefix sum, 8 into 1, okay, 8 into 1. So 60 minus 8 is equal to 52. So start time will increase from 34 to 52. And for my, yeah, what I would say, so start time for the first portion must be 52 and it should not be less than that, because if you start at 51, 50, 49, then there will be some person which will be, not comfortable with those time because they are completing the previous task. Okay. So I think you got it. So my start time is 52. I calculated finally. Now what I will do? Now I will start calculating dp of IAJ. And how will I do that? It will be start time, okay, plus prefix of j into mana I. Why I'm writing like this? Sorry. So dp of IJ will be start time plus prefix of j into mana I. Now you get it? For the ith portion, jth guy will complete its task in start time. Okay, the start time of this ith portion plus prefix of j. Like you are adding before this guy in how much time all those have completed the task, and then you are adding his current task also, or his current time also. So I don't think that you understood this. I can write it prefix of j minus 1, okay, into mana I. So this is the task that previous people took, okay, to complete the ith portion. Now how much task will you take? It will be nothing but skill of j. So it's nothing but sorry, skill of j into mana of I. So it's nothing but prefix of j only. If you take these mana I common and add prefix of j minus 1 plus skill j, it will be prefix of j. Okay. So this was the solution, and I hope that you understood. Okay, if you don't, then please comment or you can watch the video again. And let me show you the code now. So the code part, yeah. So this is the code for JS version. Okay. So initially, my n is skill dot size and m is size of mana, and then I'm creating this prefix array vector, and this is my DP. Okay. So first of all, I will calculate the prefix sums of skills. Okay, no doubt in this. Then I'm considering my start time as 0. Okay. For the 0th portion, my time will be, if I is equal to 0, it's skill I into mana 0. Okay. Or I would say skill 0 into mana 0, it's nothing. And if I is not equal to 0, then my dp of 0 I will be dp of 0 I minus 1 plus skill I into mana 0. What is dp of 0 I minus 1? The time, end time of the previous guy. So after that only you will start. And this will be the time that you will take to complete this task. Okay. So you just add to calculate the end time of your process. Okay. And now I'll start from I is equal to 1 to m because I have already processed the 0th portion. This was my base case. This is nothing but base case for my DP table. And for I is equal to 1, okay, so I start from I is equal to 1. Consider my start time as 0. Then if start time, if j is equal to 0, if j is equal to 0, my start time is nothing but dp of I minus 1, 0. Okay. No problem in this because if j is equal to 0, then we will consider the end time of previous portion. Okay, for this guy, for the zeroth guy, what was the end time of previous portion? And this is my start time for this portion. I'm considering this, and maybe it can change and it will change. So how? When my j is not equal to 0, start time is equal to max of start time. Okay, so what if this guy, his start time is demanding some, extra time? So that's why I'm checking max of this comma this. So dp of I minus 1 j minus prefix of j minus 1 into when I think I just explained this. If you want, I can explain it again. So it's nothing but how much time this jth guy took, okay, to complete the previous portion. So you are considering this as your start time, but we want to calculate start time of this portion from for the zeroth guy. Okay, so I will just subtract this. Like if this was start time of jth guy, then this will be the start time of zeroth guy for this current portion. Okay, I think there's no doubt in this. And I will take maximum of these. So finally, I will have the start time of this ith portion, and I can get end time by start time plus prefix of j into man of I. And finally, I will return dp of m minus 1 n minus 1. So this was all about this problem solution. If you have any doubt. Okay, so this question was not very easy, but trust me, if you think about it, it's not that difficult. So it's, no, there's no issue if you don't understand it in the first go. You will understand it if you watch this video. Okay, don't watch this video. If you read this code, okay, just don't read the code also. If you think of the problem for a long time, I think you will understand.